So we need to talk about Octopath Traveler 2. I have now been playing this game for about 15 hours, and my gosh, I have a lot to say about this incredible game that seemingly nobody is talking about. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about it today. First and foremost, too, thank you to Square Enix for providing me a code for Octopath Traveler 2 that I received before I got my physical copy, and my beautiful collector's edition. Of course, all thoughts are my own, but definitely want to give them a huge shout out because I always love being provided coverage. Alright, with that being said, Octopath Traveler 2 is an incredible game, and I have been having tons of fun with it for the last 15 hours. It's one of those games that you can really lose track of time in. Now, to get the elephant out of the room, do you need to play Octopath Traveler 1? And the short answer to that question is no, absolutely not. Octopath Traveler 2 more or less offers a experience versus a continuation. Now, what I mean by that is, if you are familiar with Octopath Traveler 1, if you played it, completed it, had a really good time with it, Octopath Traveler 2 is giving you more of Octo 1, but it is kind of building off of what that one created. It took the feedback and the minor kind of nitpicks that you might have had with 1, and it really established itself in 2, to where I really think Octopath Traveler 2 is the far superior game between the two. Now, what are some of the nitpicks? Well, personally, I think Octopath Traveler 1 was hard as nails. I think Octo 2 kind of takes its time easing you in a little more and really going in and diving deeper into some of the mechanics and how to really function and work within the game. Now, it's not very difficult to understand, but I will let you know that in Octo 1, I didn't quite grasp everything until like hour 8 or hour 10. And in this one, really like out the gate within the first hour or two, within the first chapter that you are completing, you're going to really understand the mechanics of the game, whether that is, boosting your character, whether that is going into, their specific modes that they have, whether that is the different job roles and job classes that they offer. You're going to really kind of understand the breadth of what the game can offer you. Now, this game, just like Octopath Traveler 1, offers you 8 unique stories, whether you're going with a cleric, a hunter, whether you're going with a thief like I did for a variety of different reasons. The thief is the way to go. No matter which storyline you're choosing, you're going to be able to start as one character, but that one is going to be the character that you are locked into as your main kind of protagonist as the story goes, and everybody else is going to be accompanying characters or kind of like the characters within your party. Now, within your party, you can choose up to 4, characters, including the one that you cannot change. So you have 3 other ones that you can. And you're going to want to go through each chapter 1 and get all 8 of the different characters that are offered in the game. Now, originally, I had a pretty good idea of who I would really like when I started the game, and the cleric was really low on my list. But as I began to play the game and got into the story, the cleric and the hunter ended up becoming some of my favorite characters, even more than the thief that I had originally chosen, although she is amazing. Now, the story of this is going to revolve around these 8 specific characters, and the story is very different than Octo 1, as before, the original 8 characters of Octo 1 basically pretended like they didn't exist with each other. This one, you actually have some dialogue that occurs between your 8 unique characters, and between those 8 unique characters, they all do acknowledge that each other exists within this world, and their stories are all kind of happening in conjunction with each other. They're all happening parallel to each other, and they all have something to say, in regards to the actual story occurring, which is a really nice change as opposed to 1 where they didn't really feel like they were all happening at the same time or together. They all felt separate. This one, it's a lot better. Now, I'm not going to go over specifics. I don't want to ruin any of the stories because I think they're all really unique, but I will say if you jump into the game, do not skip any chapter 1s. Now, the gameplay of Octopath Traveler 2 is very tried and true. It's that really cool turn-based style that Octopath offers. It offers those like little boost modes. It offers a new kind of engage mode, essentially, to where you can do your turns twice. It also offers a new mode to where you can kind of have unique abilities as well that's unique to each of the characters, whether that is doing a concoction with the cleric, whether that's going into like a beast mode with your hunter. You're going to have a bunch of different options here. So I think the unique things that they added here to the gameplay just made the gameplay that much even more fun to engage with as opposed to 1. And you're going to be you're going to be in battles a lot here, especially with the randomized battles that come on and the random monsters that you encounter or the random people that you encounter constantly. You're going to be in battle a lot, so it's very imperative that the battle system is really fun. Now, when it comes to the difficulty, I will say this game's going to be as difficult as you make it. Each area is going to have a specific level requirement, and it's going to tell you, like, here's, you need to be level 16 here, you need to be level 14 here, you need to be level 48 here. And you need to be adhering to that. Now, you can go in a little under level if you really want a huge challenge. But for me personally, I spent some time kind of just grinding out in those specific areas before I went into that next chapter, that next area of the map. Now, if I found a ruin or an area that I wanted to explore and it said, hey, difficulty level here is 48, well, I know I'm gonna need to spend some time and get to level 50 or 51 or 52 or even higher. That way, it's not so difficult that I can't have an enjoyable time exploring there, or I'm losing lives or in the game over screen. So I think as long as you are willing to grind a little bit before each of the chapters or each of the subsequent areas you want to explore, I think you're going to have a really good time here. It's just challenging enough, and the boss battles will kind of kick your butt. But if you go in under level, just expect a really hard time here. The graphics of Octopath Traveler 2 are even more gorgeous than Octo 1. I think whoever invented the HD 2D art style, I want to take them out for a drink and buy them some shots, give them some sake bombs, all of it, because I think they just really knocked this one out of the park. I think, like, this is even more gorgeous than Octo 1. I think the different pans that the camera has, I think the way that it shows all the different battle, like, mechanics. I think when you max out a certain move and it pans around to show you them doing their ultimate move, I think the enemies, the sprites that they have here are even more gorgeous than the first one. I think the water is amazing. I think the church is amazing. I think the towns are lively. I just think this is an absolutely stunning game. And what's awesome about HD 2D is it's going to be timeless as well. So this game is absolutely gorgeous. This gets a 12 out of 10 for graphics. Now, the sound design, oh my god, sound design is so good. Like, they have the voice actors from all across the industry, and these are some voice actors that I really recognize from the anime industry, and voice acting here is top-notch. I haven't found an annoying character. I think that they are all really done. The most annoying one was the hunter when she was a child, but, even, like, you have, like, the lion here who, he voices, like, his voice sounds amazing. Like, each of the unique characters are really well voiced, as well as the surrounding characters as well. Like, I think the voice acting is absolutely incredible here. And the music is incredible as well. Not only the battle music, the town music, the city music. When you are just, exploring, I think the ambiance that it creates, it's perfectly curated. And I think whoever was the composer here really knocked it out the park. Last couple of things I'll talk of is the length of the game and the replay value. Length of the game is going to take you somewhere in between what I read, about 60 to 90 hours, somewhere in there, probably around the 70-hour mark. Again, I'm about 15 hours into the game, so I don't know how long it's going to take me on a personal level, but in reading up some reviews and stuff, it looks like about 60 to 90 hours is about how long it's going to take you. Now, when it comes to replay value, just like Octopath Traveler 1, it just depends if there's some different things you want to go with, or if there is a specific character you want to be your main character. For me, replay value here is actually pretty low. This is more like a one-and-done game, just like Octopath Traveler 1. So for me, it's pretty low here, but I would say if you want to give yourself a challenge, you want to get yourself a faster run, you want to make some different decisions, or you want to pick a specific main character out of the 8, then it might be higher for you. But for me, I'd say replay value is pretty low. Overall, wrap up my thoughts. Octopath Traveler 2 is absolutely incredible. I can't believe this game is not getting more hype right now. I can't believe more people aren't talking about this. This is an absolute masterpiece. This game right here, Octopath Traveler 2, is a easy 9.5 out of 10. There are very, very minor things that I would change about this game. I'm having an absolutely incredible time, and I can't wait to spend at least 60 more hours with this game, because I know I'm going to have an amazing time with all of these unique characters. And unlike Octopath Traveler 1, where I only really like 3 or 4 characters, there hasn't been one character that I really don't like. Now, certain stories are better than others. Like I said, I really love the cleric. I think her story is awesome. I think the hunter story is awesome. And there are characters that I expected to not like as much that I absolutely think are just incredible. But all the stories are really good. All right, let me know what you guys think about Octopath Traveler 2 if you're playing it in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.